Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chagozie Madindu and this is Choices with Chichi. I'm doubly excited today because first of all, I have my husband with me again.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Oh, it's good to always have you. His name is Frank Adindu. Secondly, we're excited because 4 years don't waka. We still they carry go. Nobody waka, nobody go solo. Hey, Baba God, yeah. Our case, yeah.
Oh,
Now your grace, yeah. Adupe, oh. Yes, today is our 4th wedding anniversary, and we are so excited. It's been God all the way. And in fact, this anniversary is going to influence what we are going to talk about today. But before I even go into the topic, I want to take time and just say, happy social distancing. How are you taking this thing? My God, it's not been easy, but I hope you're taking it in good faith. So there are a lot of theories as to why this thing is happening, but don't bother yourself with all of that. Just get in the groove of what God is doing. You know, we have come to understand that God is giving us a second chance to do things right. To get it right at the house front, to get it right with our families. I feel like this is an opportunity for a family to be reconciled one to another. I feel like this is an opportunity for a parent and a child to also reconcile. I feel like this is an opportunity for somebody to do that thing they've always wanted to do. Because this isolation and quarantine period is teaching us what really matters. So don't get involved in all the theories and get discouraged or feel bad. I like to see the hand of God in everything. So every time you feel bored too, I want to encourage you to learn to reach out to somebody and do something for somebody. Just remove the focus off yourself and what you're going through and reach out to somebody. That has always worked, and I hope it works for you. Lastly, I just want to encourage you because the Bible says in Isaiah 26 verse 3 that he will keep in perfect peace those whose hearts are stayed on him. Stay your heart on Jesus. I promise you this period, nothing will shake you. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. So today we will be talking about a topic, areas of growth in our 4-year journey.
Marriage,
Yes, our 4 years of being together. We have grown exponentially. We are looking at, this week we took our time to look at our journey so far, and it's something. God has been good. So we have come today to talk about our growth process. We're going to look at 5 areas of our lives where we have grown immensely, and we're doing all of this just to encourage you out there. So if there's any aspect of your life you feel like we're not getting it right, you guys, we're not getting it right, calm down. You'll get it right. As the years go by, as the days go by, as long as you're willing and you're putting in effort, you'll get it right. So we're looking at our family, financial, spiritual, communication skill, and social growth. So family wise, this is very important to me because these are real areas of growth. So for me, I'll say that I have grown in just knowing how to balance my attention. So when we got married, it was just myself and my husband. So our attention was shared between both of us. Then we had a baby and it's like, oh my baby, dotting on the baby, checking on the baby, doing things with the baby and for the baby.
Cute baby.
Cute baby. And somehow we forgot about ourselves. And so over the years, we've grown to know that there is time for us, and there is time for baby, and there is time for work, and there is time for everything. So family-wise, I've learned to balance my attention. In fact, there was a time I had to ship my son for a sleepover, not because he was a burden, but because I needed some time to attend to me so that I could be a better mother to him, or we could be better parents to him. So we let him go sleepover with his cousins. It was like a fearful spot attempt. I know we were not sure it was the right thing we're doing, but we were glad we did it, and he enjoyed it. He had the time of his life, there. Another aspect of our family life where we have grown immensely is overcoming our fear of parenting. So we didn't know it was an issue. I didn't even know it was a problem until I started expecting my son. And I know at some point I'll freak out and say, I hope I'm doing it well. I hope I'll be a good parent. When my kids can talk, what will they say about me? Hey, will they say I'm shouting too much? Honestly, those were genuine concerns. And then I didn't even know that my husband was going through the same fears, because one day he looked at me before our son was born and he said, do you think our son will like me? I was like, I've never heard anybody ask that kind of question. Of course he will like you. Didn't you like your parents, But somehow just having a son and being his mommy and his daddy every single day has helped us allay the fears. Are we perfect at it? Definitely not, but we're not just as terrified as we used to be.
Yeah. For me, we have grown in area of family, in that the value that we place on family right now, it's just it doesn't. In the past, because I work in an organization where you're given short notice, you make official trips and stuff. And so I remember one certain time I was told that we're supposed to travel, same day. I was told around 10 a.m. that day, and I thought it was a joke at first, but between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. in the afternoon, I had gotten home, gotten a few stuff together, and we hit the road. Yes, I was married at the time, but my wife was not around. But looking back, and with all that I've learned up till now, it can't happen because even though they're not going to assist me with the work wherever I'm going to, but I need to inform them, get them prepared mentally, get them prepared emotionally, and of course drop some eguje, at home, get them prepared financially. And so second thing is just realizing the importance of family. The members of your family are so key. Your siblings, your parents, immediate and extended family, your in-laws. I realize that, it can be difficult, especially if you're not in good terms with a member of your family. But my advice is simple. Make amends.
Please.
Make amends as much as you can, because certain situations, your friends ain't going to be there. They won't be there for you. But your family members will always be there. No matter what, no matter the situation. Your family members will always show up. They will always show up, no matter the situation. And so those are two key areas of growth in family-wise.
Yes. Wow. Financially, I think we have become better planners. Oh my God. So when we married at first, it used to be a situation of up and go. Where is it happening? We there. Where is it happening? We there. No planning, no budgeting, but over the years, life has shown us something. And then having a child who does that to you, you become financially responsible.
Correct.
So we do a lot of budgeting. We don't spend anyhow. We prioritize. We talk about our finances. We didn't really used to talk about our finances before. It's like, oh, okay, there's money. Somehow we'll get through it, even if there's no money. But now it's like, no. What are we doing with this 10 naira that came in? We need to discuss it. So we've become better planners financially.
We have applied ourselves, gotten, different literature, read up financial management skills, budgeting and all, like she said. And then, of course, just making conscious efforts at applying, mistakes, principles learned from mistakes of the past. And then making sure that we don't fall into the same mistake again, because in the past we've lost a lot of money due to bad financial decisions, and somehow, rather than beat ourselves up about it, we have learned from those experiences. So now we know how not to fall to those things anymore.
So if there's an aspect of your life as a married person where you've made a lot of mistakes, honestly, don't beat yourself. There's nothing you can do about it. Just take it as your school fees for learning, and then just make sure you don't repeat the mistakes again. Now we can laugh about it, but it wasn't funny before. So spiritually, have we grown? Definitely. One major aspect, I'm going to talk about one aspect we have grown in, and that's the fact that in 4 years, life has dealt us all kinds of blows. We've passed through hell and high waters together. And somehow all of these things have pushed us closer to God. We, as a couple, have moved from the idea of God's existence to appreciating the reality, having a God experience for ourselves. One of these days, we'll probably share some of the things we have gone through, one of which was trying to conceive. We thought we were just going to be, you just marry, but it didn't happen that way. And that really pushed us to God. And now I can say without an iota of doubt, without blinking an eyelid, that God exists. There is a God. So I have learned, that conviction has come strongly in 4 years.
Another thing we've learned is we've basically understood the importance of doing our personal devotions and our family devotions, corporate prayers at home. First of all, it just helps us bond as a family. And then, of course, family devotion is a time where impartation is done, a lot of teaching, a lot of foundational, values. This is where the values are taught and, practiced, as it were. And then, of course, you build the skills of your children and the people around you. And so we have seen God's, amazing grace, amazing hand at work in our lives. Every time we prayed before leaving the house. In the past, it used to be that way. If I was running late, skip prayers. But right now, we have gone out of our way to make sure that whatever needs to be in place will be put in place. If the meals need to be cooked, the night before and prepared, we just do all we can to make sure we pray before leaving our homes.
Please get your spiritual life. Advice say in order. It's a very important aspect of your life as a married couple or as people who are in a relationship about to get married. You can't mess around with it. The second to the last aspect is communication skills.
Yes.
How are we communication wise? Honestly, I feel like this is one aspect I have grown like this. It's amazing. It's amazing how I have grown. I don't keep malice again with my husband. We don't keep malice anymore. It used to be bad. I just didn't know how to express myself to let you know I was offended by what he had done. So I'd rather, just bone and be like, oh, I'm fine. What's wrong with you, Naughty? What's wrong with you, Naughty? Hey, good. Are you okay? I'm fine. But then you're hurting. But nowadays, I just find myself telling him, oh, I feel upset or I'm offended by ABC, and then he apologizes and we move on. So that automatically has translated into lesser or fewer quarrels, fewer issues. Another thing too I have learned in 4 years is how to stick with the issue of ground. Before now, once there's an issue, I start digging up things that happened before World War II. And he's like, but that's not what we're even talking about. But I'm like, no, that's what's paining me. That is really, it's still paining me up till now. So he's like, hey, who broke the cup? Let's stick with this cup issue. And then there's this principle we work with for better communication and conflict resolution. Once somebody says, I'm sorry, you have no justification to bring up that thing again. It was a hard one for me, but honestly, it has worked in our relationship. So once you say, I'm sorry, and the person should mean it, once the person says, I'm sorry, that offense goes into the sea of forgetfulness and everybody moves on and you don't bring it back again.
For me, just an aspect of communication that I've grown in is, in the past, I used to make a lot of assumptions. And so communication was, really poor. But right now, I've grown in that, I'm more able to communicate
ask questions
more clearly. I'm able to ask questions when I'm in doubt. I'm able to, basically lay out all the facts. And then, of course, we have deliberately decided to be more courteous in relating with one another, especially during periods of conflict. While trying to resolve whatever conflict that arises, we apply ourselves to use gracious words. We try not to hit below the belt, use certain words. Why? Because words are seeds. What you say today, it's almost irreversible. You can't take it back. You've already said it. So we try not to put ourselves in such situations. And then, of course, we made it a point of duty to watch our language at home. We don't use curse words. We don't use swear words. No profane language, no obscene language, no indecent language in our home. It's banned, not at all. No slip of tongue, whatever. And especially because our son is at that point where he tries to repeat every single thing you say. Tell him, or every single thing you say. So we have tried to watch what we say, by reason of just no profanity in our home. And of course, it has also helped us with the kind of the people we let into our space. The people we allow our son relate with. We don't want people that will be teaching him bad language.
Yes, the gracious words thing. Very, very helpful. Only gracious words. Lastly, but definitely not least, is socially. Have we grown socially? Definitely. I know for me, we have grown to learn to define what is fun for us. Before now, it used to be, where is it happening? We're there. you know, it was like society determined what was fun for us, but we have come together as a couple and we're like, you know what, we can't do this anymore. There are certain places we used to hang out when we were dating and when we got married at first, but now we are not at that point anymore. So for instance, also Wednesdays used to be our movie nights, and then we'll go to the cinema, but sometimes it's not possible. Some days I feel too lazy to even stand up and get in the car and get to the cinema. So sometimes we just do it at home. We have our popcorns at home and we do stuff at home. And you know, that's just defining your fun and knowing what to do part-time has helped us even in this lockdown period. We're not bored. We always have things we are doing to keep ourselves busy.
Yeah, you know, thinking about it, I used to be an indoor person, and you know, just getting married to someone who was a lot more outgoing, loved to go out, picnics and what have you, outdoor, you know, just having to, you know, find that meeting point, that point
Balance,
of balance, that blend, you know. And then of course I'm getting to realize that it's actually fun to go out, have, you know, hang out, meet people, see places, do things, fun things, you know. One of the things that I realized is that going out educates you. So of course, you can't go out now.
You stay at home.
Just stay at home and do all the outing, you know, at home, between your house and your balcony or your front yard, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, so that brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you were blessed. Please don't give up on yourself and your marriages. You can, honestly, you can, and with God's help, you can achieve, you can overcome that challenge, you can achieve all you have set your mind to achieve. We have dedicated the month of April to our anniversary, so we're going to be talking about ourselves and our marriage in the month of April. You also have the opportunity to ask us any question. You've always been nice with your questions, but every question you've always had in your mind to ask us, feel free to drop it in the comment box, the comment section of every video, or send me an email and we'll do, you know, all we can to honestly answer you. Also, we want you to remain blessed. Please stay safe, do all that you've been asked to do, you know, and I promise you that by God's grace, we're coming out stronger and better in Jesus' name. We'll see you next week, and until then,
Bye-bye.
ciao.